Welcome back to CFBNation. I'm your host, Nino Brown, and we have an exclusive interview with Cooper Long, 2026 prospect, defensive lineman / tight end. Cooper, how we doing?
We're doing great.
We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. I know just recently you had a official visit that we'll get into later on, but we appreciate you taking time to do this interview with us.
Thank you.
We're going to get into a couple rapid fire questions, get you loose, and then we'll start talking some football. All right?
All
right. What do you got bumping in ear pods right now?
Kendrick Lamar, some Drake right now.
Okay. All right. We're going to play off that. What's the song that you got to play right before game time? Something to get you hyped.
Probably 9. 9 by Drake.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite sports athlete all time, non-football?
David Ortiz.
Love it. Big Poppy.
Yeah.
All right. All-time favorite snack. Go to. Got to have it.
So while I was at school, sour cream and onion Pringles.
All right. I can rock with that. Favorite color?
Red. By far red.
Yeah. Makes sense, huh? Visor or no visor?
No visor.
Oh, I love it. Old school. Best advice you have ever received?
Finish every play no matter what.
I love it. And we ask everybody this at every interview we do. What's the breakfast cereal 101? You can only have one last bowl. What are you rocking with?
Rice Krispies.
All right. That's an OG version right there. I love that answer. That's probably like maybe one or two we've gotten. We've done quite a few interviews. I like that. All right. Let's get into ball. You grew up in Fall River, right? Tell us a little about, Fall River football life and what it's like growing up in Fall River. And when did you fall in love with the game of football?
So for me, I played flag football when I was 5, but I never really fell in love with the game. And growing up at home, we was always watching football. I never really was around football that much. Then going to my freshman year, I was thinking, let's try out football. Played my freshman year, absolutely fell in love with the game, and just kept pursuing it from there.
I love it. I know both, your dad, I went to school with Dad, so I know Dad was athletic and your uncle was athletic, back in their time. Tell us about those backyard, just pickup games, messing around the back. There had to be, you guys had to get the better of each other. Who got the best? You?
No, I
never. So you attended BMC Durfee High School for 3 years, playing both defensive lineman and tight end before transferring to Salisbury School in Connecticut. What were those Friday night lights like for the Hilltoppers?
I mean, games were electric. We always had support in the stands, no matter what the score of the game was. I mean, it was fun. I love playing Friday night lights. That's why when we're at prep school, whenever we have Friday night games, it's the best.
Oh, how was it playing the head coach Taylor Brown? Because when I was there, it was Winowski, and then it was Coach Bohr took over, and then Taylor. And I remember Taylor when I was leaving, he was coming in playing football, and he was a dude then. But what was it like playing for Coach Taylor Brown?
I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, playing there was where I fell in love with the game. He pushed me to become a better player, and I pushed myself from beyond there. I mean, he's part of the reason why I fell in love with the game.
Kind of lit the fuse a little bit for you, and then boom, exploded.
Yeah,
I love it. What's your most memorable moment that you can remember being a Hilltopper?
I'll be honest, it was probably my last Thanksgiving game I played. The last Thanksgiving game I played, it was with the seniors, and I basically graduated with them.
I love it. Oh, now you're a versatile guy, and you're a big fella. So what drives you to play both sides of the ball?
Honestly, it's just the love for the game. I mean, I love playing football. I mean, get as much time in the field as possible is the best possible way. Just to even excel.
Who's a player? Being a guy in the defensive line. You mostly defense that you want to play, or offense? You going for both ways? Which way? What's your number one?
Defense, definitely defense. Playing D line is the best.
You like to wreak havoc, huh?
Yeah.
Who's a player either at the collegiate level or NFL level that you There's only one Cooper Long, but you might model your game after a little bit.
Honestly, I'd say TJ Watt. I mean, he's an absolute dog.
Explosive, versatile, maybe able to play that hybrid. I like it. This past season, right, you attended Salisbury School. You started the season with 2 blowout victories in the first 3 games, but kind of struggled a little bit down the rest of the way. Can you talk to us about the season and what it meant to you, and also how was the transition from Durfee to Salisbury?
I mean, the season to me, it was big because it was a repeat junior season. I needed to have a great season, great tape. And for us, we we came out with the two game blowouts, but like when we went into the season, we came to Brunswick and it's a powerhouse prep school. Like they have D1 kids, they have 3 Notre Dame kids. I mean, it's an absolute powerhouse. So it was going from that into the rest of the season. It was more we just needed to come together as a team, and it just wasn't clicking like we needed it to.
You got to talk about you talk about these guys you're playing going D1 and stuff. How was it going against better competition? Top tier competition. Must have been nice. Winning some of those matchups.
Yeah, I mean, the competition's great. I mean, I love going against high level guys because it really challenges me to push myself to compete with them. I mean, we had like the Avon game, like me and the Penn State kid were going head to head. Like it was a dogfight.
Love it. Not only did you play football, but you're also, two-sport athlete. We see at the bottom. I got a photo of you in your baseball outfit. What how do you manage it all? School, playing 2 sports, and family life. You know what I mean? Mom and dad want to see you. You know what I mean?
I mean, we like at Salisbury, we have so much support on our side. Like we can go to our teachers whenever we want, and it helps, especially when it comes to the sports season and balancing the sports. Like it's just you have to find a way to make time for yourself to be able to get your work done as well as practice on your own time, just to even get better too.
Following this season, you attended a ton of camps, more than a handful of camps. Best in New England, UConn Big Man Camp, BC Mega Camp. I was holding on hope, my friend, and more. But talk to us about that experience. What it was like going up against some of the best in the region, the competition.
I mean, it was great. I mean, the coaching through all those camps was amazing. It's really what part of that is why it's easy to develop so well up here. Like you go against great competition while getting coached by great coaches at the same time. It allows you to really develop and like push yourself to become better at your position.
Which camp do you think you had the best experience at?
I'd say, at the UConn camp, I balled out. It was probably the best camp I had all season. I mean, I won almost every single one-on-one rep. I did amazing through the drills. It was just they have guys they're already looking at, so it's more like I just use that to push myself and drive myself.
Love it. I love that the fire. I can hear the fire. No matter where they rank you, where you're just always going to keep going, and I love it. Let's talk about this recruitment process a little bit and how it's been so far. You just attended your official visit to UMass, but you've been to a few visits, prior. I saw Brown, and I believe 4 or 5 other schools.
Yeah. So like recruitment wise, like it was really slow honestly, coming out of the season, it was slow. Then right around, I believe January, not January, right around, I'd say like March is when my recruitment kind of took off. Got my first offer, got my second offer 2 days later, and it kind of took off from there. Finished up with offers on Saturday leading into my visit this weekend.
Which was that UMass, right?
Yeah.
How was the Minuteman recruitment process? They lay it all out there. How's this? Is it really all the hype that they talk about these recruitment processes?
Oh yeah, I mean, once you get offered, if you find the school that truly loves you, I mean, they put the effort in. I mean, UMass really put the effort in. Took the official visit. I mean, it was great. Brought us up Friday, hung out, ate on the field, went through meetings and everything. It was great. And then took some photos on Saturday, which was real fun. And I mean, it was great. I mean, they supported us. They told us, they put us through meetings, talked to us about the school, wined and dined us. It was great.
What was it about UMass and head coach? I will mess up his last name. Joe. Yeah. All right. What would you decide that this is where you wanted to go? Like, I mean, he's coming in, replacing Don Brown, who left last season. So it's, going to be his first time being head coach since he was at Maine, about 10 years ago. So what was it about his scheme and what he's preaching to you and the UMass environment that you thought this is the place where I want to go?
I mean, through the meetings that we had with him, I mean, the way he's treating this, he's not – so many of the schools treat it as a business and, like, how the players are, like, interchangeable. He's so much about connection with people, so it's more – he wants to grow you as a person and a player, not just as like a player and support his team. Like he wants the team to be a family, and he wants to have that connection to actually for people to drive each other on the team.
it's unique. Not most guys, coaches, they talk a different language, when it comes to recruitment, and they may fluff it a little bit, but it seems as though you got a unique coach here at UMass, and you're going in the right direction. Uh, you guys have been on fire. I'm going to quote you. Just a couple recruitment guys who committed with yourself. You said it's like 4 for 4 like Wendy's. So talk to me about the guys committing. You guys are balling out.
So on this weekend we had me and our player from Don Bosco, Robert Eakins. We were both already committed going to the OV, and then we got 2 other D linemen to commit on the OV. So that 4 for 4 like Wendy's. We got 4 D linemen all committed.
Yeah, I love it. Growing all together, y'all committing together. It's great thing to see. So talk about D-line. You're a versatile defensive force who can play the 3-tech, you can play the edge. Talk to us about the versatility and what you could bring to a collegiate D-line.
I'm gonna bring my energy. I'm gonna bring my dog. Like I'm not gonna stop until the play is over. I'm gonna ball out as best I can. I'm gonna fight for the team, fight for myself, and just keep playing until the game's over.
Dog mentality. You gotta love that. What is something that you've been working on this offseason to better your craft?
You can never stop working on as a D lineman. Like it's as a lineman in general, your game is so much based off technique, and you can never stop. You can never stop perfecting your technique. So this offseason, I've just been working footwork, handwork, like anything possible to work on my technique.
Love it. And one last thing before we close it out, what's something that people don't know about Cooper Long?
To be honest, when I was younger, I was a competitive swimmer, and I was an absolute dog at it.
Bro, I love it. You can ask that. I swam for Durfee and for UMass Dartmouth, so I love that you have a passion for swimming. I was a little guy, so I didn't get to play football like you, but I knew we had something in common. I like it. I like it. Cooper, I appreciate you taking the time of doing this interview. Maybe, after the first year or midway through the year at UMass, we can rekindle this and see how everything's going and give an update on how the process has been so far. But if there's anything you want to say, people watching at home, let it rip before we close it out.
Never stop fighting. Work every day. There's no possible way to fight the only way you can make opportunities for yourself is to keep fighting. You never stop.
Yeah, 2026 defensive lineman recruit just committed to UMass, Cooper Long, Fall River Zone. I'm Nino Brown. This is the CFB Nation, and we out.
Thank you.